Hi, this is Suzanne here from EFT-scripts.com, and as you can see, I'm size 14, but there is still some belly fat here and some loose skin which I don't like. So I've been thinking of what to tap on, and I'm going down to size 12, and I have a feeling that when I'm size 12, I might not be happy. I might want to go down to size 10, and I just don't know where it's going to lead me, and I just want to tap on the fear that I might want to go down to size 10, because I think that's a little bit too low for me. I'm talking about UK size. So even though I'm afraid I'll still look fat when I'm size 12, and therefore I would want to lose more weight, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid of somehow depriving myself to become size 10, even though I know that won't happen, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid that I won't be happy when I'm a size 12, I deeply love and accept myself. This fear, as you can see, I've got these big arms still. They're smaller than they were, but they're too big. And I keep thinking, what if I get down to size 12 and I still have big arms? What am I going to do then? What shall I do? I'm not quite sure what to do about it. And yeah, all I see is big arms sometimes, or a big tummy, and I think, that's not me, how did that get there? And as you can see, I've been bitten to pieces by mosquitoes the other day. So, goodness me, so even though I'm scared that I might not be happy with size 12, I accept myself anyway, and I allow my body to do what it needs to do. I'm feeling now more of an observer rather than somebody who's actually deeply in this. But there remains one thing, and that is the fear of getting, not the fear, I don't want to get on the scales. The reason is I've been doing a lot more sport than I've ever done in my life. There was a point when I was a bodybuilder and I was deliberately trying to put on weight, but I didn't know quite how. I was doing it all wrong. I was making parts of my body bigger, trying to make other parts of my body bigger, but not knowing how, not knowing which exercises to do. And in those days, they didn't have this. This is a long time ago. In those days, I couldn't get the advice to get me where I'm going. I don't mean being a big muscle woman, that's not what I want, but just to have some nice definition, that's what I like, and not have any too wobbly bits, you know. And I ended up still misshapen, although it was later on that I figured out how to give myself the right shape with the right exercise. And so I know all those things now. So I'm more muscular than I used to be when I was a size 12 before. And I keep telling myself, I said to myself, I'm not gonna weigh myself until I'm a size 14. Well, I'm a size 14, and people ask me to go on the scales. They say, go on the scales, go on, do it. And I just say, no, that's the upsetting machine. If I get on it, it'll tell me a number that I don't like, and then I'll just eat, and I think, what's the point? But Really, it's not about the numbers on the scale, it's about the size, it's about the width, it's about comfort, it's about not having bits of fat hanging on my belly and on my arms. And here, I've still got a little bit of a double chin, and I can't wait to get rid of that. And that's what it's about. It's not about the weight, but I know at some stage I will have to go onto those scales. And now I'm telling myself, when I'm a size 12, I may go on the scales. And whatever the scales say then is a weight that I'm going to have to accept. And even though I have this fear of the scales, I promise that when I'm a size 12, I will go on the scales. Even though I have this fear of the scales, I promise that when I'm a size 12, I will go on the scales. I deeply love and accept myself. And it will be safe to go on the scales then, because I will have reached one size below my target size. And whatever my weight will be is fine. It's not about weight. Even though I have this fear of going on the scales, I'm not going to do it until I'm size 12. And then, although it's hard for me, whatever I see on those scales, I'm going to accept. That's what I want. I want to accept. When I'm a size 12, accept whatever I see on those scales. Even though it's hard for me, I want to accept whatever I see on those scales. Even if I do end up, again, momentarily with some loose skin and stuff like that, I'm willing to accept it. It's only momentary. Well, it's only temporary. I can't even talk today. It's only temporary. It's not going to last long. My skin will shrink. Even though I have this fear of going on the scales when I'm a size 12. At least I have made this decision now. I've shirked going on the scales when I was a size 14. I think I know why. I think I now know why. Because when I became a size 14 and stabilized at size 14, and now I've remained stable at size 14 for a little while, it's, how can I say it? It's not my final destination. And so knowing that I'm more muscular, I don't want to see that number on the scale, because it won't relate to when I was size 14 before. Because at the time I was really, really ill. I was not exercising very much. Not as much as I am now. I wasn't very sporty. I was doing exercise to help my health, but I wasn't very sporty like I am now. So I would expect myself to be heavier now. So I don't really want to see what's on the scale. Whereas when I'm a size that I feel comfortable with, when I look in the mirror, I say, yes, that's me. That's what I look like. That's the identity that I feel that I am. Then that's fine. I'm willing to accept what the scales say, because that will be my new identity with more muscle, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't even know what has happened to my bones. I mean, I'm older, but I used to drink copious amounts of soda, and didn't have enough magnesium. I used to eat what I thought was a healthy diet, but now looking back, I don't think it was at all a healthy diet for my bones. Do I have more bone mass now? I don't know. I really don't know. My shoulders do seem to be wider. Is it because of exercise? Has something happened there? I really don't know. It's been such a long time because I've been ill for a long time. And so the first thing that happened was losing the illness as much as possible. And then the second thing is the weight loss. And now with the weight loss, I don't really know what weight I'll be at size 12. So even though I really don't know what weight I will be at size 12, it might not be the weight that I expect. It might be 10 kilos more. Right? It's kind of scary. I deeply love and accept myself. Even though at size 12, I'm maybe 10 kilos more than I used to be at size 12. I deeply love and accept myself. And even though logically I know that doesn't mean anything except that I'm possibly healthier, it's still a scary thought. I deeply love and accept myself. It's still a bit of a scary thought, getting on those scales at size 12 and seeing myself a lot heavier than I expected. But I have to deal with it when the time comes. On a scale from 10 to 0, the fear of being heavy at size 12 is maybe like a 2 or a 3. I deeply love and accept myself. And then there's this thought that comes to me, well, if I'm going to be too heavy at size 12, would I want to go down to a size 10 afterwards? Where do I draw the line? I think I'll let my body lead me. Because quite honestly, all I'm doing now is just eating what my body wants and being very sporty, which is great for my lung because that's what my health challenge is. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not on a Weight Watchers diet or anything like that. So I think somehow my body will know when to stop, and it will just calmly and safely stop at the right point, and so I don't need to worry. And as I think of that fear of the scales, when I think of myself on the scales at size 12, it feels like a 1 out of 10. And I don't know if it'll go down below a 1, not as yet. So I'm going to stop tapping here. And gosh, I've got lots of insights. One insight is that I should let my body lead me to what's right for me, regardless of weight. And I know that I can be happy at size 12, but it is to be revised at the time. And if my body then naturally loses weight on its own, then fine. If it doesn't, then that's fine too. So I feel in a comfortable space right now. And it's funny because before I started this session, I had just eaten and I was feeling a little bit hungry. And now I'm feeling very full. So you make whatever you want out of that. I think it's relevant to the tapping session. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any comments or questions, then please ask them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have about EFT. And see you next time.